Good afternoon, NEA. I'm sorry I didn't hear you. Good afternoon, NEA.
Good afternoon, Rick.
I want to thank you, President Pringle, and all the NEA leadership for inviting me here today. I want to start by sending some love to my ESPLI classmates, class of 2027. All my union siblings from Washington. Pam Johnson, the 2023 ESP of the Year, who helped show me the way. Larry Delaney, our outgoing WEA president and a steadfast supporter of ESPs. And Janie White, our current WEA vice president. And as of April, the first educational support professional and first Black woman elected WEA president. But Washington's not alone. ESPs are leading, or will soon be leading, in 4 other states. Alaska, they're back there. Delaware. Oregon. And Texas. That's really something to be proud of. I want to thank you, NEA siblings, for recognizing every member of our education family and making space for all of us to thrive. We come from different backgrounds, beliefs, and roles, but we share the same passion: student success and the belief that every person in our school matters. As a campus supervisor at Inglemoor High School in Kenmore, Washington, I see that every day. I want you to think for a moment about your own workday. Who do you see? I see bus drivers getting schools or students to school safely. I see custodians creating a clean learning environment. I see teachers and paraeducators and counselors checking in. I see food service workers providing healthy meals. And I see students who come to us for guidance, support, and sometimes just a steady presence. A safe, welcoming, inclusive school never happens because of one person. Every role matters. Every interaction counts. School safety is more than providing supervision. It's about building strong relationships. It's learning students' names, it's showing up beyond the school day, and it's bringing missing voices into important conversations and staying committed to this important work. Because every educator and every student, no matter what they look like, who they pray to, or who they love, deserves to be seen, respected, and supported. My daughter Veronica shared that same commitment to the people and passions that she loved. Veronica passed away in 2024 after a 2-year battle with brain cancer. On June 27th, just a few days ago, she would have turned 21. We had a bucket list that she was determined to finish. Things like seeing Paris and swimming with dolphins, getting tattoos. Now my wife, my sons Nick and Robert, and I spend our breaks completing one more activity she did not get to do. Celebrating her life and our family. It's that sense of purpose, of showing up for the people you love, even in the hardest circumstances. Those are lessons that I learned from my family. In fact, I wouldn't even be in education if it wasn't for a gentle nudge from my favorite teacher, my wonderful wife, Cheryl. Years ago, Cheryl encouraged me to become a paraeducator for a student with special needs. And it didn't take long for me to realize I'd found my passion. Supporting students, especially those who need the most from us, who are too often failed by broken systems. Sometimes all it takes is one gentle nudge to unlock someone's potential. I know that's how many of us found our way into the union, because someone saw something in us and pushed us to turn passion into action. I got involved in the union because I wanted equity and better outcomes for students, and respect for every educator. But unfortunately, I've seen too many great educators leave because they couldn't afford to do the work that they love. Nearly 32% of full-time K-12 ESPs make less than $25,000 a year. That's not dignity, it's not respect, and it's not sustainable. For too long, wealth and power have been concentrated in the hands of a few, while working people like us, the very backbones of our community, are told to settle for less. But the thing is, there are more of us than there are of them. When we organize, when we harness the strength of the largest labor union in the country, we're unstoppable. That's why the ESP Bill of Rights matters. This movement brings ESPs, teachers, students, parents, and allies together to demand dignity, recognition, fair pay, health care, and respect for all education support professionals. No one should have to work several jobs to put food on the table. One job should be enough. To every educator in this room, you're worth more than $25,000. We don't always give ourselves enough credit for what we do, but self-empowerment helps working people reclaim power in a system that was designed to take it away. In rough times like these, I often think of my daughter. Bea always looked forward. She dreamed of becoming a teacher like her mom. Near the end, even after she lost her eyesight, she'd still reach out for her glasses and she'd put them on. And when I asked her why, she told me something I'll never forget. She said, "I still can't see, but I still have hope." Bea reminds me every day that hope matters, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. I know our schools and our union are strong enough to push through the ugliness together, to demand better and win better. We'll keep stepping up and bringing our colleagues along. We'll keep organizing and showing up for students and for each other, on the picket lines, at the state houses, and in every school community we serve. We will be kind to one another, and we'll remember to share that same kindness with ourselves. And no matter what, we'll always bring our glasses, and we will never lose hope. Thank you.